Oh, you are most welcome to this live stream where we're going to continue with the review of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you don't have this book, kindly get it. It is one of the books that you should actually read. Yes, and you read it not once, not twice, as many times as you can until the principles sink in, until they give you tangible results. So sit back, relax as we continue with the review of chapter 7, which is titled Organized Planning, the Crystallization of Desire into Action. The sixth step to riches. Right. So I'm just gonna kick off from where we stopped yesterday. Yesterday we stopped at number 17 of the 30 major causes of failure. Number 17. Yes, we looked at 17 of them. So tonight we're going to look at the remaining 13, and then we have so many powerful lessons in store for us from this review. All right. So as we go through the remaining 30 causes of failure, you have to see yourself through them. Be truthful to yourself. Don't deceive yourself. If there is anyone that you are guilty of, you need to make amends as quickly as possible. So let me just take it through from number 1, in case we're not in yesterday's review. Number 1 cause of failure is unfavorable hereditary background. Number 2 is lack of a well-defined purpose in life. Number 3 is lack of ambition to aim above mediocrity. Number 4, insufficient education. Number 5, lack of self-discipline. Number 6, ill health. Number 7, unfavorable environmental influences during childhood. Number 8, procrastination. Number 9, lack of persistence. Number 10, negative personality. Number 11, lack of controlled sexual urge. Number 12, uncontrolled desire for something, for nothing. Number 13, lack of a well-defined power of decision. Number 14, one or more of the 6 basic fears. We're going to treat this in detail in chapter 15. Number 15, wrong selection of a mate in marriage. Number 16, overcaution. Number 17, wrong selection of associates in business. So now let's continue from number 18, and that is superstition and prejudice. Superstition is a form of fear. You just believe that something is going to happen. You don't have any facts. You don't have any tangible reason for it, right? You just believe that it is going to happen. It is a sign of ignorance. People who succeed keep open minds and are afraid of nothing. So don't fall for superstition. Oh, if you go, women must not do that kind of business. Or, some things that are not based on facts. Who said it? It is not written anywhere. Sometimes it is based on ignorance. Sometimes you just accept some things blindly, and then they form a stronghold in our minds. Number 19, wrong selection of a vocation. No one can succeed in a line of endeavor that they do not like. This is very, very important. If you are listening to me, you have not yet gone to the university, or maybe you're a fresh graduate. But especially for those who have not yet gone to the university, right? I greet everybody. Good evening. Thank you. To the university, please don't choose a wrong choice of vocation. Don't choose a wrong course. I know that sometimes some adults may advise you that, oh, just take it. These days, it is not about what you studied at school. Once you come out, you can still pursue your passion. But I will ask you, why would you want to waste 4, 5, 6, 7 years of your life studying a course that you do not like? Do you realize that so many adults feel stuck? They are not happy in the line of their career or their chosen occupation. They are not happy. They feel stuck, but they have to wake up in the morning, just go to that work, go to that office, doing something that they do not enjoy doing. I would never do something that I do enjoy doing. I mean, it may be temporary, or maybe a lot of money is involved, maybe temporary, but not my entire lifetime. I like my freedom so much. As much as I like to work hard, I also like to enjoy myself, right? I want to feel happy. If you are on a job that you don't like, there's no way you're going to be happy. So please choose a course that you like. And if you're a fresh graduate, you already studied at the university, a course that you don't like, please quickly find your way around it. Quickly go and probably do a second degree or do your master's degree in that course that you really love. Take some courses there, learn that skill that you like. Just correct things, because life is too long to just be dragging yourself along, right? Number 20, lack of concentration of efforts. People, that is actually the 20th major cause of failure. People like this just exhibit the jack of all trades syndrome. They don't concentrate on one thing. They do bits of things here and there, and at the end of the day, there is no tangible results from any of them. Number 21, the habit of indiscriminate spending. Oh, this is terrible. They spend anyhow. They give anyhow. No savings, no investments, nothing. They just buy things based on impulse. Without money, you must take what you are offered and be glad that you get it. Okay, what this means is that if you don't cultivate the habit of of saving as a business person, you're going to find yourself accepting anything that you are given because you don't have any money in your bank account, in your pocket. So if anybody needs your service, they demand your service, and they offer you any amount, you are going to gladly take it because you'll be like, I don't have anything. Let me just collect it like that. And that is how people will keep offering you far less than you are worth. So don't ever be an indiscriminate spender. Number 22, lack of enthusiasm. No, they are not cheerful. They are just not happy about anything. They don't smile. They don't laugh. How do you offer your service without smiling? You want to collect money from people. You can't smile. If you don't know how to smile, you don't have no business doing business. Yeah. You have no business doing business. You want to collect money from people. You cannot smile. You are frowning. How much? Yes. $20. And then you collect it, you go. You are frowning like you don't really need the money. If they have another option, they're not going to come to you because people will not forget how you treat them. Yes, don't forget that yesterday we learned about QQS when it comes to offering service. You must offer quality, you must offer quantity, and then the spirit through which you deliver your service or your goods is very, very important. It can make people to be endeared towards you. You need a contagious spirit, a good contagious spirit. Number 23, intolerance. Their minds are so closed. There is nothing you can tell them. It will never penetrate. They've just built that stronghold against their minds. Number 24, intemperance. They just, cannot control themselves. Overindulgence in any bad habit, bad attitude. Number 25, inability to cooperate with others. There is nothing that you can do with this kind of people. They won't just cooperate. Cannot make progress if you cannot cooperate with others, or if you cannot get other people to cooperate with you. It means that you don't have one of the most important traits of leadership. Number 26, possession of power not acquired through self-efforts. Sons and daughters of wealthy families and others who inherit money that they did not earn, they fall under this category. They didn't acquire it through their own efforts. It was just dumped on them. This is one of the major causes of failure. How do they sustain such wealth? They can't. They can't because they did not understand the efforts that it took to get it. If there was an effort in the first place, if the money was also not stolen in the first place. Number 27, intentional dishonesty, as in you can lie without battling an eyelid. You put up a straight face and then you cheat somebody, you tell lies, no form of integrity, and you know what you are doing. This one is not circumstantial. It is not that, I didn't have a choice. I just had to tell that lie just to get out of trouble, or just to save face, or just to put the situation under control. And then you feel bad about it. Your conscience even tells you that you've done something wrong. But if your dishonesty is intentional, there is no more conscience, nothing. it has become a habit, a lifestyle, then you cannot make any good progress like that. I feel like, I just should emphasize this because a lot of people feel that they can cheat their ways through success. They can scam people in order to obtain riches. It is not sustainable. It is not going to last. Be honest. Don't put your integrity on the line just because of money. Number 28, egotism, egotism and vanity. These qualities serve as red lights that warn others to keep away. They are fatal to success. There's so much ego. Do you know who I am? Don't you know me? Vanity. Maybe those that even like to show off. Empty barrels, like they say, make the loudest noise. Number 29, guessing instead of thinking. Without explaining this, we all know you're just guessing. How do you guess if you have been destined to live 80 years on earth and you want to guess all through? Okay, let's even remove the first 20 years. That okay, you are still young, you don't yet understand life, you don't know the direction that you're going, and then you've been guessing. But from 21, you're still guessing. Are you going to guess until you're 80 years old? No, you can't live your life by guessing. You have to make definite plans. You have to be decisive. You have to know what you want. If it is not clear to you, seek help. Pray to God. Don't ever live by guessing. It is a waste of time. I mean, it's too expensive to do such. Number 30, lack of capital. This is common cause of failure among those who start out in business for the first time without sufficient reserve of capital to absorb the shock of their mistakes and to carry them over until they have established a reputation. No capital, nothing to fall back on. But I'd like to add that this does not mean that we shouldn't make a move if we are convinced about it. The lack of money should not stop us from making a move. Like I always say, start with what you have. Start from where you are, Give yourself an opportunity to grow as long as you're a disciplined person. Somebody who is not going to be spending all of his or her profits. You know how to reinvest your profits into the business. Then start gradually. Start gradually. This is also one of the reasons why people relocate abroad and they suffer, because they go with nothing. They think that once they get there, it's all beds of roses. No. I always advise people that if you want to relocate abroad, it is not as if you have a job offer before leaving your home country. At least have an amount of money that can sustain you or maybe you and your family for the first 6 months minimum, for accommodation, for feeding, transportation, to move around in search of jobs, and other things like that, so that you will not be stranded, so that you don't start sleeping under the bridge. I have seen so many of people who got abroad and got stranded, as in with my 2 eyes. I have seen them who started telling stories that touched the heart, stories that are avoidable. So you should always have something, as much as you can, to cushion the effect of any severe condition on you. Right, so we've come to the end of the 30 major causes of failure that we're supposed to treat yesterday. In these 30 major causes of failure is found a description of the tragedy of life, which is relevant for practically every person who tries and fails. It will be helpful if you can induce someone who knows you very well to go over this list with you. I hope you're listening. This is an instruction now, or maybe a suggestion. To go over this list with you and help to analyze you by the 30 causes of failure. It may be more beneficial than if you try this alone. You may not be truthful to yourself. Most people cannot see themselves as others see them. You may be one who cannot. Maybe you are one of those who cannot see yourself. Maybe I'm also one of them. So get somebody, maybe your spouse, your sibling, somebody that is close to you, a good friend. Let them tell you who you are. Oh, when you are offering your service, this is how you behave. You're always harsh to customers. They will tell you the truth. All right, let's carry on. Take an inventory of yourself. And how do you do this? Shortly, we are going to be answering 28 questions about ourselves. This is about self-analysis, self-reflection. I think this is the moment of truth, right? These questions are straight to the point. And the author is advising that you do this annually, preferably at the end of the year. But it is a good thing that we're doing it now in October, before the end of the year, in case you answer these 28 questions and many of them are not in your favor. The answers are not in your favor. You still have about 3 months to make amends, to make corrections. So please, I want you to listen to these questions with an open mind. See yourself through them. Be truthful to yourself, right? One goes ahead, stands still, or goes backward in life. One's object should be, of course, to go ahead. Annual self-analysis will disclose whether advancement has been made. And if so, how much advancement have you made so far? It will also disclose any backward steps. Maybe you are not making progress, you are going backwards. One may have made. The effective marketing of services requires one to move forward, even if the progress is slow. It is better than standing still or moving backwards. So the number one question, self-analysis question, is this: have I attained the goal that I established as my objective for this year? Have you attained that goal? You should work with a definite yearly objective to be attained as a part of your major life objective. Maybe you've even forgotten the objective or the goal you set for yourself at the beginning of this year. Number two, have I delivered service of the best possible quality of which I was capable, or could I have improved any part of this service? Number three, have I delivered service in the greatest possible quantity of which I was capable? Number four, has the spirit of my conduct been harmonious and cooperative at all times? Number five, have I permitted the habit of procrastination to decrease my efficiency? And if so, to what extent? Number six, have I improved my personality? If so, in what ways? Your personality, your habits, your character, your behavior, your conduct, who you are. Number seven, have I been persistent in following my plans through to completion? Number eight, have I reached decisions promptly and definitely on all occasions? Number nine, have I permitted any one or more of the 6 basic fears described in chapter 15 to decrease my efficiency? We're going to, revisit this when we get to chapter 15. Number 10, have I been either overcautious or undercautious? Number 11, has my relationship with my colleagues in work been pleasant or unpleasant? If it has been pleasant, if it has been unpleasant, has the fault been partly or wholly mine? Number 12, have I dissipated any of my energy through lack of concentration or effort? Number 13, have I been open-minded and tolerant in connection with all subjects? Number 14, in what way have I improved my ability to provide service? Number 15, have I been intemperate in any of my habits? 16, have I expressed either openly or secretly any form of egotism, pride? Number 17, has my conduct towards my colleagues been such that it has induced them to respect me? 18, have my opinions and decisions been based upon guesswork or accuracy of analysis and thoughts? 19, have I followed the habit of budgeting my time, my expenses, and my income? And have I been conservative in these budgets? Number 20, how much time have I devoted to unprofitable effort, which I might have used to better advantage? Number 21, how may I rebudget my time and change my habits so I will be more efficient during the coming year? 2025 is almost here. The way time runs fast these days. Before we close our eyes and open them, we'll be in 2025. Don't think that it is far away. Number 22, have I been guilty of any conduct that was not approved by my conscience? Number 23, in what ways have I provided more service and better service than I was paid for? 24, have I been unfair to anyone? And if so, in what way? 25, if I had been the purchaser of my own services for the year, would I have been satisfied with my purchase? 26, has the purchaser of my services been satisfied with the service I have provided? And if not, why not? 27, am I in the right vocation? And if not, why not? 28, what is my present rating on the fundamental principles of success? Make this rating fairly and frankly, and have it checked by someone who is courageous enough to do it accurately. So what is your rating on the fundamental principles of success? How do you do? When it comes to making decisions, rate yourself. When it comes to, budgeting, rate yourself. When it comes to determination, rate yourself. When it comes to perseverance, rate yourself. When it comes to faith, rate yourself. When it comes to desire, rate yourself. When it comes to planning, rate yourself. So, those who have lost their fortunes and those who are just beginning to earn money have nothing but their services. Even to say, but their services to offer in return for riches. Did you hear that? If you don't have money, or if you have lost your fortune, what do you have in order to gain riches? Your services. And we've just looked at how to render services effectively. Like I said yesterday, a lot of people don't know how to do business, especially in the part of the world where I am from. They don't know. They only think that doing business is about buying and selling. Oh, I buy this for 50 naira, I sell it. 1%. Oh. It is well with you. I buy it for 50 naira, I sell it for 100 naira, I make 100% profit. How do you treat your customers? What is the spirit? What is the quality, the spirit of excellence and things like that? Yeah. So focus on your service, render it well. If you need riches, if you want money to gravitate towards you, be a person of value. Give more than you are paid for. That is the truth. Now let's look at where and how to find opportunities to accumulate riches. Very, very important. And please, I want you to be open-minded at this point, because like we have learned from this book, opportunities are everywhere. How come some people are not getting these opportunities? In a world where opportunities abound, how come so many people are still poor, living below average? Those who are even living an average life can still be pardoned, even though it is not encouraging. We are not called or created to be mediocres. But then how can somebody be living below average, right? At least if you get 50 over 100 in your test or exam, it can still be regarded as a pass mark, right? But it's just at the borderline. So where and how to find opportunities to accumulate riches? Now that we have analyzed the principles by which riches may be accumulated, we naturally ask, where may one find favorable opportunities to apply these principles? Very well, let us take an inventory and see what the Western economy may offer the person seeking riches, great or small. So, even if you are from Africa, this applies. The author of this book was an American, but it even applies to us who are from Africa, right? So you find opportunities. This is the answer. In freedom. 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 You find opportunities in freedom. Yes. Don't forget that we live in a part of the world where there is freedom. There are some people that I know. There's one country that is strongly coming to my head now. In that particular country, there is no freedom. In fact, I learned that in that country, if your house is burning and you are in that house with your child and you have the picture of the prime minister, I hope it's prime minister they call their leader, of the prime minister on your wall, you must first of all rescue the picture of that prime minister before you save your child. Otherwise, you face severe punishment up to execution. Yes. So we enjoy freedom. What do we do with our freedom? Freedom of thoughts. You can think. Freedom of speech. You can talk. You have your mouth. Rather, you gist with it. Oh, this is what Arnold Schwarzenegger did. Oh, can you imagine how Oprah Winfrey got her money? But that is not bringing you any money. You can talk, you can gist. You're not using that to market your product, right? Freedom of choice. Freedom of education. Freedom of religion. At least in my own country, I can move around. Freedom to do business as long as you follow the laws of the land. We all have freedom, freedom, freedom. You find opportunities in freedom. You can think. There is no limit to your thoughts. Unfortunately, many of us do not exercise that freedom of thought because that is the beginning of everything. Your thought pattern, how do you control it? How do you exercise it? Your imagination, but you're capping it, Like they will say in Yoruba, on yolo, or around yolo, as if it's going to finish, as if you are paying for it per second. Per second. Maybe it's on band A. You don't want it to finish, If you know, right? This is very, very important. Freedom of thought. In the last few days, I've been expanding my mind. I've been exercising my freedom of thought. I'm telling you honestly. And it has been so phenomenal. It has been mind-blowing. To shock you what you can achieve just by exercising your mind. Think about everything and write down your thoughts. No good thought should pass you. Even if you don't think it is good at that point, write it down first. You revisit it later. Think about it. Seek help. Seek counsel about it. Read around it. Before you discard it that, this is not a good thought. At least do your due diligence about it. You see, we have freedom about when it comes to almost everything. And with this freedom, we can accumulate riches if we exercise our freedom enough. Freedom to choose our place of residence, freedom in marriage, freedom through equal opportunities to all races, freedom of travel, freedom in our choice of foods, freedom to aim for any station in life for which we have prepared ourselves. Oh my God. We have other forms of freedom, but this list will give a bird's eye view of the most important, which constitutes opportunity of the highest order. Nobody is capping you. Nobody is limiting you. You're only limiting yourself in your mind. You're only staying on that job that you don't enjoy. You've been there for like 20 years. You don't want to move because you're too afraid. Your mind is enslaved. Free your mind. That is the starting point. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. I've said it over and over. I hate to be stuck. And I will never find myself in any situation that will make me stuck. Exercise your freedom. As long as you are not infringing on the rights of other people. Yes, very, very important. The fact that you have freedom does not mean that you go about infringing on other people's rights. But what this basically means is that you have freedom, in almost every area of life, if not all. Freedom to choose. Choose, sorry, I wasn't going to say that. Choose success instead of poverty. You have a choice. You have a choice. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That your business that you have started, you have a choice to see it grow in ways that your imagination cannot contain. You have a choice. The choice is yours. Those who are poor, it is their choice. When we talked about the 30 major causes of failure, the only one that the author recognizes as one that one does not actually have control over is the number one thing, which is unfavorable hereditary condition. Maybe you are born with deficiency in the way that your brain can work. That one you really do not have much control about it. But you see the remaining 29 major causes of failure, you have absolute control over them. It's a choice. It is not about the country you were born in. It is not about the family you were born into. It is not about anything. It is your choice, absolutely your choice. And that is the truth. There is no need to sugarcoat it. That is the truth, right? Now let's move here. The miracle that has provided these blessings. We talked about, when we talked about freedom, right? There's a part here. Let me just quickly brush over it. You know, is that many of us, we have freedom to food, to shelter, and to clothing. At least an average person has this. And I want to believe that those of you online, right, you have access to food, to shelter, to clothing. So there is nothing that denies you access to success, to riches. Now let's move here. The miracle that has provided these blessings, the blessing of food, shelter, clothing. There is nothing like, something for nothing or nothing for something. So the author says, I have the right to analyze the source and nature of this unseen power because I know and have known for more than a quarter of a century. What's a quarter of a century? 25 years. Many of the people who organized that power and many who are now responsible for its maintenance. And this power is capital. 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 Capital consists not of money alone, but more particularly of highly organized, intelligent groups of people who plan ways and means of using money efficiently for the good of the public and profitable for themselves. This group of people consists of educators, scientists, chemists, inventors, business people, pastors, religious people, industry leaders, and so on. They make good use of capital, not only in terms of money, but also human capital. They know how to bring people together, to harness their potentials in order to accumulate riches. Money without brain is always dangerous. So if you have money, but you don't have a brain to execute it, maybe your own personal brain, and you cannot also pick the brains of other people, then it is dangerous. That money will soon be gone. Right. So what I want to emphasize here is the illustration that he has made about capitalism. This is another way, another opportunity to accumulate riches. A fantastic opportunity to have your own business, to know how to execute it. Have we gotten to this point? Let me see about economics. I hope I have not jumped, right? Before there can be anything to hold, something must be grown from the ground. Okay, I think I have jumped, right? I've skipped. Yes, capital. Where's that part of economics? I haven't gotten there. But there's an illustration that is made here that if you want breakfast of toast, of grape juice, cereal, eggs, bread, and butter with tea for your family, right? Without capital, without some people who have put down their money, who have made use of their brain, and who have, employed other people to make use of their brains intelligently. For that breakfast that you want, you will have to go. To say an extra mile is an understatement. Imagine that for you to make tea, probably you have to go to Kenya or South America or, any country that produces tea in abundance, right? You now go to the farm, go and plant sugar cane so that you can extract sugar from it. You now probably go and plant, what is flour made from? Is it corn? No, I don't know. I'm not sure at this point. I'm confused. You now go and plant the major ingredients for making flour. Then you look for your factory. You know how much it's going to cost to build your factory. You now do that before you now make your bread. Then for you to be able to eat egg, you must be ready to rear some livestock, some chickens. Wait for them to lay eggs. Then you now get the eggs, crack it, fry it. Imagine all sorts of things. If you want to import tea, for example, it is not going to fly. It has to come through a means of transportation, right? So imagine all the stress. But then this has been simplified because some people made good use of capital and their brains. And he gave an example of America, which is a capitalist society. A capitalist society is a society that is controlled by profit. You have a service to render, you have a good to sell. You determine the price, and then you accumulate the wealth. America, for example, is a highly capitalist country. Things are expensive. For you to see the doctor, you must have money in your pocket. You must have money, whether you want to pay cash or through insurance, and you would have been paying a lot of money for that insurance as well. So it is not free. It is not that the insurance company is paying for free. Everything has to be bought by money. But those who have the capital in money and in human beings, they are enjoying. They are able to create a product. They are able to render a service. And so the profit comes to them. So why can't you do the same thing in a capitalist society? Nigeria is a mixed economy. It is also capitalist, just that the economy is also regulated by the government. But so far, so good. If you think of something that you can sell, a service that you can render, money is going to come to you. Capitalists are enjoying those who can think, what can I sell? What service can I render? Money comes to them. So engage your brain as well. Sorry, we'll soon be done. Yeah, we are nearing the end. Engage your brain as well. And so this brings me, according to this book, to the principle known as the law of economics. You cannot bypass this law if you want to be rich. The law of economics. I'm sure many of us learned economics in school, right? Economics has to do with the production, consumption, and transfer of wealth. It has to do with how some people take scarce resources and make wealth out of it. They produce something out of these scarce resources, and so money comes to them. Something like that. That is the law of economics. You cannot bypass this law. You cannot cheat this law. If you have something to offer, money is going to come to you. And at this point, I want to ask, do you have something to offer? If you don't have yet, start thinking. You've gone to school, you have a skill. You are experienced in something. That can be your capital. It is your capital. Use it. We've said that capital doesn't have to be about money alone. That is your capital. That experience should not go to waste. Put it in a book. Set up a YouTube channel. Start telling people. You'll be shocked at how many people, just want to hear your experience because they are going through a similar experience. Or you save a lot of people from going into that unpleasant experience. You have a skill at something. What's stopping you from running tutorials on it? Start doing it. Don't limit yourself. The law of economics was passed by nature. There is no court to which violators of this law may appeal. The law hands out both penalties for its violation and appropriate rewards for its observance. If you observe the law of economics, go and read more about it, please. Without interference or the possibility of interference by any human being, nobody can manipulate it. It cannot be manipulated by any corrupt politician. It is garbage in, garbage out. What you give in is what you get. How you manage your money will determine how rich you're going to be. If you're a free spender, you don't save, you don't invest, you don't establish yourself in any business, you are not using your money to learn a skill, to set up a trade, don't expect anything. That is part of the law of economics. You cannot manipulate it. There is no cheat code to it. The law cannot be repealed. It is as fixed as the stars in the heavens and subject to and a part of the same systems that controls the stars. These observations are not founded, the observations that we've looked at, this is the last statement. These observations are not founded upon short-time experience. They are the result of 25 years of careful analysis of the methods of both the most successful and the most unsuccessful men America has known. So what we just read in this chapter 7, we've come to the end of chapter 7. Yay! What we've just read in this chapter 7 is the result of 25 years of painstaking research, interviews conducted with the most successful and the most unsuccessful men in America as of that time. So, as much as we are learning the principles of success, those who succeeded, how did they do it? What did they do? We should also learn from those who are unsuccessful. In Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki said that even though he's stupendously rich, he has some poor people as friends because he also needs to learn from them. What made you not to succeed? Why did you not succeed? You know, so we want to learn from poor people as well so that we can avoid their mistakes, right? All right. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for joining this live stream. On Monday, we're not going to be meeting tomorrow. On Monday, by the grace of God, we're going to start with the review of chapter 8, which is titled Decision, the Mastery of Procrastination. And this is the 7th step to riches. Thanks so much. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. If you are a part of the mastermind group, please send me a message, preferably on TikTok or here. Yeah, it's fine. So that I can add you to the WhatsApp group. We want to start helping one another to put all the plans that we have towards the accumulation of riches into practice. We want to bring them into reality. One of the instructions is to have a mastermind group, right? Oh, thank you, Peace. Oh, cassava. I think that was when I was trying to remember the ingredients used for flour. Thank you. It skipped my mind. Thank you. Cassava. Yeah. All right. Don't forget to like this live stream in case you have not liked it. Drop all your comments in the comment section. Please subscribe to this channel in case you're yet to subscribe. I remain Olaide Agbaje, also known as First Lady. And on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. We'll meet again on Monday for this live stream by God's grace. Until then, be intentional. Bye.